Colleagues, I'd like to rise to say a few things on behalf of those of us who began our public service and political career under Brian Mulroney. That goes back more than a year or two. I want to make 3 points. The first is Brian Mulroney practiced the politics of addition, not subtraction. At the 1983 convention, I was supporting the previous leader, and I had been the chief of staff to Mr. Clark, and when he left the leadership to contest it with Eric Nielsen as the interim leader. Going across the booth to vote on the last ballot, he came over to me and he said, "Peter, everything's going to be all right." And the next morning, I went to see him to give my letter of resignation. He said, "Put that away." And we began to talk about the addition necessary in politics. And I said, "So there won't be any retribution?" And he said, I believe in John Kennedy. John Kennedy, when he got the Democratic nomination in 1960, was asked, "Mr. Kennedy, will there be any retribution?" And he said, "Only in Massachusetts." So the politics of addition is something I believe we could all return to and learn from. And he practiced it not just on that day, but later that night, if you recall, he spoke to Eric Nielsen on the platform in public on TV. And he said to Eric Nielsen, "I know I wasn't your first choice, but you were my first choice to be deputy leader." And by that act, he practiced the politics of addition and brought a caucus with him that had not supported him, at least in the first ballots. My point here is that we have much to learn about addition in politics. The second, he was consequential not only in his tenure, but in his achievement. And you achieve in politics, unlike in the private sector, when you use your political capital. You don't save it. You use it to achieve things. And so many of you have spoken about the achievements. I won't rehearse that list, except to acknowledge the breadth of it. Senator Batters referred to Ukraine. He announced that decision while visiting in Kennebunkport an American president who said, "Please don't do it. Defer it 2 weeks." He did it right away. When you talk about South Africa, or when you talk about the work on NAFTA or MEACH or the GST, it was all about using political capital to achieve something. That, too, is a gift and an insight we could talk a little bit more about even today. The final is all politics is personal. Every place I've been for the last week, I've encountered people who told me their story of a call from Brian Mulroney or the like. I just want to end with my story when I got a call on a late Friday afternoon, pulled out of a meeting. And I thought my son had broken his leg, and it was, "Hello, Peter. This is Brian." And he read the order in council appointing me as Deputy Minister of Immigration, a position that he did not seek and did not know I was about to be named to. All politics was personal.